What is going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back a brand new video, and today we've got our F1 2014 season review for Red Bull Racing. This is their 10th year in the sport. They came in second place in this year's championship, of course, one worse than they were off for the last 4 years. But I think Red Bull Racing are going to be pretty pleased with the season, considering, of course, at the first test, they didn't even think they'd be finishing most of the races this year, and possibly even have the shame of being beaten by their, kind of the B team, which is, of course, Toro Rosso. But their drivers for the season then have been Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel. They managed to earn 405 points between them. Of course, the lion's share has gone to Daniel Ricciardo. The season started off pretty badly in Australia. Ricciardo, initially getting that podium before being disqualified while Vettel retired. The season did pick up in Malaysia, where Vettel scored Red Bull's first podium of the season. For the next 8 races, I believe, Daniel Ricciardo beat his teammate. An absolutely outstanding performance. Don't underestimate what an amazing feat that is. I know a lot of people don't rate Sebastian Vettel very highly, but how can you win 4 World Drivers' Championships and not be an amazing driver? I know he had the best car, but, so did Lewis Hamilton, so did Nico Rosberg this year, and, no one really is going to take much away from them. Vettel, an amazing driver, and maybe these years, regulations just not quite suiting him. Maybe these cars, hasn't quite got to grips with it, just a bit like probably Kimi Raikkonen. But I would expect, with a new team, Ferrari, of course, next year, just got a new principal today, the day of the recording this anyway. The new team principal, Vettel really just want a nice clean start with a new team. Last season with Red Bull, it's easy to see why, Ricciardo picking up podiums in Spain, Monaco, Silverstone, Singapore and America, and of course picking up wins in Canada, Hungary and Belgium. That's just an amazing feat. Ricciardo, A-star straight away, A+, whatever you want to call it. Just an amazing driver this season, by far the driver this season, putting in some really outstanding performances, possibly at one point after Spa, many thought he could challenge for the title. Sadly, Red Bull's development, kind of hit a straight line, and they didn't really improve too much the car. Williams kind of overtook them a bit, or Williams kind of just find the feet. Williams were already kind of ahead of Red Bull in the early part of the season. Red Bull did manage to score a whole lot of points, while Williams in kind of the races, Spain, Monaco, Canada, where Red Bull were flying really high. Williams were really on a low, of course, very much hampered by Massa. Its crash in Canada possibly could have won that race, or at least definitely come on the podium had he not made contact with Sergio Perez. But anyway, yeah, it has been an amazing season then for Red Bull Racing. As I mentioned, Ricciardo doing a brilliant job. As for Vettel then, it's been a disappointing season, and I have to give him a B-. Definitely not what I was expecting. He'll just basically be happy to be moving on, and hoping that he will get a bit more used to these regulations. And of course, he's actually partnering Kimi Raikkonen, of course. Those two probably pretty similar. Both kind of struggling, both being beaten by, their teammates. Of course, even probably more embarrassing for Sebastian Vettel, of course. This is his team, of course. Daniel Ricciardo wasn't highly rated at the start of the year. No one really saw this coming, where, a situation where Daniel Ricciardo would be constantly and kind of being expected to be beating Sebastian Vettel. Pressure's going to be on Ricciardo next season, of course. Fiat's going to be in that car next year, but I will be talking about that probably in the 2015 season preview. Let's go up to the 2014 season, and of course, Daniel Ricciardo has probably been the best overtaker, as well as one of the best drivers. Some of his moves are just absolutely phenomenal. Most notably probably at Canada, he made the crucial moves. You've also got at Hungary, he made, I believe he passed Alonso and Hamilton. Hungary, of course, a fantastic race. There was a freeway battle between Ricciardo, Alonso and Hamilton, and Ricciardo's got to be future world champion, pulling off some amazing moves, having great battles. Basically, a lot of the he's very highly rated, basically, by, the likes of Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, all fully recognising what an amazing job he has done this year. And, take nothing away from Sebastian Vettel. He's had a lot of bad luck. Let's get that right. He's had a lot of failures in qualifying and in the race. Things have really just not gone his way. He didn't beat Daniel Ricciardo until I believe Silverstone, and that was the only race where I believe they both, sorry, not Silverstone, Germany was the only race where they actually both finished, and Sebastian Vettel came in front of him up until that point anyway. And probably his best drive of the season for Vettel was probably in Singapore or in Japan. 2 great drives there to keep ahead of his teammates, but you know, you can definitely tell it was a really difficult task to beat his teammates, and I believe he only actually did it on 3 occasions where they both finished, where of course Ricciardo beating him you know, very much in Bahrain, China, Spain, Monaco, Canada, Austria, Silverstone, Hungary, Belgium, Monza, Russia, America, and of course Abu Dhabi in the final round. A fantastic way for Ricciardo to end the season in 3rd place. And of course Sebastian Vettel's probably not going to be that disappointed, I don't think, with 5th place. It's pretty good considering all the bad luck he's had. Of course, 3 retirements all in the first half of the season: Austria, Monaco, and Australia. But yeah, it's been, you know, not too bad season for Vettel. If you look at it, him and Alonso always seem to be close every other year. You know, 2010 they were so close, 2012 they were so close, and you know, 2014 they're separated by a mere for, you know, a few points. So it'd be interesting. Will next year, of course, Vettel at Ferrari, Alonso, most likely McLaren, are they going to be that close in the championship standings next year? And can Ricciardo become a future world champion? I definitely think he can. But anyway, let me know what you think of Vettel's and Ricciardo's season. You know, has Vettel been so overrated these past few years? Is Daniel Ricciardo a future world champion? How have Red Bull done the season? You know, should they really have done better? Have they missed out on points opportunities? Or have they done an amazing job to actually get second and fend off Williams? Just to recap, B- for Vettel, A+ driver of the season for Daniel Ricciardo, and for Red Bull Racing, I'm going to give them a B+ because, you know, it's a pretty good turnaround, but of course, not quite as good as they have done in the last few seasons, and of course, reliability, I don't think, has been the best, and of course, you know, silly things like the disqualification at Australia and the exclusion from qualifying at Abu Dhabi have cost them, you know, quite a few points. But anyway, I'm just racing them. Be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. But I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.